Hello. And welcome back to the Paper Soprano podcast. I am your host, Heidi Schneider, and today has just been a very, very strange day. Today is Monday, and that's already, 10 points off right there, just right off the top. And so this morning I woke up very early, and by very early I mean like 3 or 4:30. So usually when I wake up like this, I no question am going immediately back to sleep. Like there's no question. But for some reason, I was possessed by a demon, and I was told that, it would be a good idea. Just get up, start doing stuff. So I did, and here we are. I like woke up, I got it and took a shower at like 4:45 in the morning. I did some things around the apartment that were just kind of menial tasks, but I got ready really slow, and some would say this is very nice. I would agree. Usually I would be very much in agreement with that fact. And I actually took the time that I had when I was just kind of milling around, and I went to that same coffee spot that I went to a couple days ago, and I got a little, breakfast. It was great. I had a little avocado toast. It was amazing. And it was really nice. I had a nice quiet morning. The thing is, though, it is so unbelievably depressing that it is almost 4:30 right now. Oh my god, almost 4:30 p.m. Almost 12 hours in the future. And it is so close to being dark out, and when I woke up it was like pitch black and did not get oh, you guys hear that? You guys hear that barking? Yeah, I'm sure you do. Roo, roo, roo. Right. So if you don't know, I live next to my landlord, and they are right attached. So like I'm directly next to them, and we share a backyard. Obviously it's their backyard, it's not my backyard. And they have 4 rescue dogs. Very much rescue dogs. And by that I mean they bark pretty much at everything consistently, nonstop, When they actually see something, it's literally as if they were transported back into the war, and they just lose their minds when they see something. It, and I'm sure he can hear me a little bit talking through the window, and it's really fun when you're trying to record something, like really awesome. We love it, especially when I'm like trying to record something like for music, like the thing I'm trying to get a doctorate in, that thing. So, yeah, really fun. And we love living next door to doggies because I just feel for them. I feel so strongly for them. And everything that they do, I just feel like I wish there was more that I could do. But there is, in fact, nothing that I can do because they all are traumatized by some other life event. And, that is just not my job. And it's hard to acknowledge that, but it is just not my job. And it's unfortunate that I have to deal with the barking. But it is what it is. So, anyway, I was talking about... Oh, yeah. Wow, I can't wait to get back to talking about how depressing it is that it's dark in the morning until like 7 a.m. But it is seriously so dark, and not to be like it's kind of like a really weird, scary omen, but it kind of is. And, I know it's not going to start getting lighter even for a couple weeks. When does that happen? Is it like the solstice? The equinox? Like, I don't even know. I know there's a certain day that's like it's the longest or the shortest day of the year. Oh my god. There's like, you know, 7 hours of sunlight or something. Probably not that many, but it's just the reality of this hemisphere. And at least we're not in Alaska. I'll say that. All you people living up in Alaska, like, you go. Because that is crazy what you have to go through. And I don't know why you're choosing to live there, but wow. Hats off to you. So, anyway, today has been quite a weird day, and it has just been not necessarily the best day, but also not necessarily anything has gone particularly wrong, so I can't really complain. I've been working on my presentation that I have tomorrow, which is super fun. Can't wait. Presenting on my paper for my Mozart history class, my Mozart opera history class specifically. And, it has been quite a interesting thing this semester to deal with, the regular amount of procrastination that all of us have, but then also like an additional amount of procrastination that just comes with the extra stuff that we're all dealing with mentally and emotionally. And that's a lot to shoulder, and it really is kind of like the perfect storm if you happen to suffer from imposter syndrome in some way, because I do feel like they're connected. Sometimes when I'm like trying to accomplish something, like my internal dialogue will sound something like, "Oh, well, like what's the point? I feel like if I get up and start doing it, like I'm going to feel like upset or embarrassed, or I'm going to be like, "Oh my god, why am I even trying? Because I'm terrible, or I'm bad at this, or I shouldn't be even trying to do this because I'm not a writer, or I'm not a historian, or I'm not a musicologist. Like I'm bad at writing papers, and I'm bad at doing this, whatever, blah blah blah." You know, And I don't think that those things are true, but like entirely. I do think, obviously, I need lots of help with my writing. But you know what I mean. Like it's just hard sometimes to get yourself to do things, especially when you're not motivated um to do them through your own confidence. Does that make any sense? I don't really know, but I have I have dealt with that in the past, and it has been extra strong this semester. Mainly, also, I think a big thing is I was talking to one of my colleagues today briefly about it over text, and he was saying that we are all like starved in a way for creativity. And in my brain, I was like, yeah, you're so right. So why can't we just all create? Like, what's the hang up? What's the hold up? What's the deal? Why can't we are totally starved for creativity? What's the deal? But it's like, here's the thing. We're starved for the community that also comes with creativity. We're starved for you know, the new experiences that involve others. We're starved for the socialization that comes with our field. And we have just taken that for granted. Singers, we've taken it for granted that and musicians in general, like not just singers, but we've taken that social aspect of music for granted. And it is really sad because I do miss all my friends, I miss all my colleagues, I miss my teachers, I miss my my people. And that's the only reason why I'm really here, because I'm here to be with them and to learn from them, and that's why Stony Brook is so unique. And it's because of all of these people who you have very specific experiences with. So to not be able to create in that way, like, yes, I can create in other ways and I can practice and do a lot of independent study and, work that way. But sometimes, and this is very specific for me, I don't know how other people feel, but for me personally, sometimes having other people around you just lights this fire under your ass that you just didn't even know could be that hot, and you start flying because of how your colleagues are just amazing and pushing you and, not pushing you intentionally, but they're just, they're doing it. And you're like, well, damn, I gotta get out there and do it too. Like, I'm not just, what? Oh my God. And it's like amazing. And like, I'm thinking specifically back to February of this year, which feels like eons ago. But February of this year, I was in some of the best, like, practicing grind I have ever been in, girl. It was amazing. And it was because of the Poulenc and because of Dialogues of the Carmelites. We were putting it on, and it was rigorous. We got back in January, late January, and then by like the first week of March or something, I think, we had to put on, the whole show. And it was really intense for a lot of it because you have to just, get yourself into gear right after break. And it was like, oh my God. But then I got into this groove and it was amazing. And I was like, okay, great. Like I can do it. And, I had been working on it and it was finally setting in and it was finally working and whatever. But then I was like, okay, cool. And also, I'm ready. I've got my recital coming at the end of March. And then I just didn't do my recital. Just straight up didn't do it. It got canceled. And I was in the end of my master's and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? School's canceled for a couple weeks. Oh, I'll have more time to practice, blah, blah, blah. Wrong. Wrong. You're wrong. Literally so wrong. It was just crazy. Thinking back to what it felt like to be so on the cusp of having things completed, like completing the opera, singing, and having the show complete was great. And then having like something canceled, it's like I feel like I got one thing handed to me and then I got another thing taken away. So it was kind of like a little bit of balance there, but still, just very strange. Anyway, we've got a new logo. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure it will be in this video. And I'm very, very grateful to my dear friend Kate Ashbrook, who created it for us, and I think it's great. I think it's very simple. It was exactly what I was looking for. And yeah, she really captured the essence of the pod, you know what I mean? So it was great that she did that, and I'm very grateful that she took the time to create that logo. So Kate, if you're listening, thank you so much. You're amazing. I love it. We all love it. Don't tell her if you don't like it, okay? Like, just, okay, good. Oh my goodness. Also, yesterday, if you listened to the pod, I tried to make this joke with Dave. I have a very weird sense of humor, I feel like, but I tried to make this joke with Dave about Bach, and I think we were talking about, like, da capo arias, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll give Handel, like, da capo arias, he can have it, like, he'll be the king. And he was like, yeah, because Bach didn't write any da capo arias, and I literally said, like, I don't even remember what I said, but I tried to make a joke, And I just want to preface to all of you, like, nobody has said anything to me about this, but, like, if I ever say something that is dumb or sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about, there are two options. One, I'm an idiot and probably don't know what I'm talking about. Or two, I'm trying to make a joke and it's so poorly executed that it doesn't seem like a joke and it seems like I'm saying something that is just like, it's just whatever. We're just gonna let it live because I just have a very strange sense of humor. It's like sarcastic, but also, I don't know. Why am I trying to explain this to you right now? Who even cares? I have a very bizarre range in the things that I find funny. So, and I think everybody does. And if you don't, sorry. Whatever, okay? Deal with it. I mean, you're just gonna have to live your life that way. But, oh, God. I was thinking about that the other day too, though, how I'm like, what if I say something on the podcast and I don't like it and I just like, I have to delete it? I'm probably not going to, okay? Like, unless it's something that I'm literally like saying my social security number or something like that, I'm probably not gonna delete it. The object of this podcast is not to be perfect or like scripted or edited or mainly not edited because I don't know how to edit very well. And also I'm just too lazy. Like I'm doing this, in a very quick way right now. Like we are a one take. We do not check things. We do not edit things. We one take, we upload it, we post about it, and that's it. So if anybody out there, if you're like, oh, I really, wish that I could, like, some of the listeners, and you know who you are, have mentioned that they are like inspired to start something that they've been wanting to start because I've started this podcast. And I'm like, that's really amazing. And I thank you for telling me that. And I really, really encourage you to just start that thing. Like, do it today, the reason why I started this is episode 5, and 5 days ago I had like the teensiest breeze of motivation to start this podcast. And when I tell you, I just got up so quickly because I felt that I was like, maybe I could do it. I was like, okay, get up. You can do it. And I like ran to the computer and I sat down and I was like, whatever happens, I'm just going to sit down and we're going to record this podcast. The first episode. Here we go. Like, just go do it. And it's totally, not saying that we don't care. Like, the audience to your creativity. It's not that we don't care. It's just that we don't criticize you as much as you criticize you. You know what I mean? Like, we want you to do the things that you want to do in whatever capacity you're deciding you want to do it. Like, I will support my friends and my colleagues in their endeavors to whatever extent those endeavors go. Like, if they're killing it and, like, whatever, they're, like, singing the Met Council auditions, going out there, rocking it in that way, I'm like, yes, I support you, oh my god. Or if they're, like, starting their own trio and they, post every 3 weeks and it's a small ensemble thing and it's virtual and it's not exactly perfect and whatever, I'm still like, yes, I will support you because I know what goes into doing anything creative, and those first couple steps of doing it is something that we all can relate to. We all have that in common. So it's like we can just commiserate with each other that we did something. And I'm like, yes, I just want to see you do it. So go ahead, do that thing, And if it comes out less than you'd expected, lower your expectations, damn it. Because you've got to just keep doing it. And then you'll get better at it and you will surpass your expectations. So amazing. Yes, we love it. Oh my God. I've been wanting to. My mom actually got me this kit, this kombucha making kit. And my sister also got me one for my birthday. It's a very sad story. So, I got this kombucha making kit for my birthday from Jess, my sister, and I was so excited about it. Oh my God. I was literally like, yes. And I made a batch right away, and it was seemingly okay. Went really good. This was like months and months ago, so it was a little bit warmer outside. And I guess I left it for too many days. Like, I think it said 7 to 10 days, and it might have been like 11 or 12 days. And I'm like, oh, the kombucha, oh my God, it's ready. So, like, you have to let it ferment, basically. And I took it off of the place where I had let it ferment. And there was like a big, not big, but like, like a quarter-sized ring of like blue mold that you would see on like bread. And it was just kind of floating on the top of the water. And I looked it up and it was like, if you, like, mold is very uncommon, but, if there is mold and you know what mold looks like, it looks like this, and then the pictures were the same as what I was seeing. If you have mold, sorry, you gotta just dump everything out. And, like, everything. And I was like, no. Oh, no. It was so sad. But if you don't know about kombucha, you might be like, oh my God, yeah, I know about kombucha. So that, like, gross, carbonated, like, nasty, expensive stuff that all the hippies buy. And you would be correct. That's exactly right. And you can actually make it, which is really fun. So the process is like this. You have to make a big old batch of sweet tea, basically. And you boil a bunch of water and you put it in this thing and you mix like a ton of sugar into it, like cane sugar. And then you have this item, which is called a SCOBY. And basically what a SCOBY is that it's like a little disc full of microbes and little organisms. I think that's the best way to describe it. But basically you put that SCOBY in like the tea once it's back to room temperature, and it's in this jar that is sanitized and whatever. And you put those two things in there. And what the SCOBY does is it eats the sugar in the tea, and then it, like all the organisms in the SCOBY, like, it ferments the tea. So then that is what creates the bubbles. And also it has like good, bacteria in there and probiotics and stuff. And yeah, it's great. And I hope that I can do it. The packs of things, like the little instruction manuals, are so encouraging. But I was so discouraged for my first time. Like, I didn't expect my mom to buy me another kit. So I am very excited, and I actually have a lot of the materials still from when Jess got me the kombucha kit for my birthday. So I am very excited to give it a round two, but I'm also extremely nervous. Like, I do not want to mess it up again. Oh my God. And literally, when I was doing it the first time, I was following the directions so carefully. And by so carefully, I mean, like, I would read them out loud, and then I would read them again as I was doing it, so that I was making sure that I was doing it correctly. Like, normally, if you know me, I do not like to follow recipes, which is why I'm a subpar baker. But, yeah, dude, I followed this so closely, and still, oh my God, it was so sad. I had to get rid of everything. I was literally so upset. But we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. I will let you guys know. I'm hoping to do that sometime this week. And yeah, I think I think I should have time. There's a lot of weird things happening right now because it's like technically the end of the semester. Like there's things going on. I still have to finish my paper. But I don't necessarily have a ton of exams per se. And I have like some final class gatherings. Like for my jazz ensemble, we're doing like a thing, and for my voice studio, we're doing a thing, and it's like kind of not clear what we're doing, but we're just kind of hanging out and like singing some stuff and whatever. We did that for Baroque ensemble. We did it for a couple other things as well. But yeah, it's just such a weird time at the end of the semester, and things are about to get even more open, which is kind of intimidating, especially for someone like me who likes schedules. Having like the entire month of January with no classes seems like a really cool thing, right? Seems like really fun. Yay, you get time off, whatever. But it's actually not. Like um for me at least. I don't know. I like to be structured. I like to have classes. I like to have things that I know I'm going to have to do, because sometimes it's those things that will pull me out of, you know, sitting in my thoughts and being sad. So, we're just going to take it day by day here, and it is only Monday, and things are things are just kind of cruising along here. Oh man, things are just cruising along. So, if you guys have any questions or you want to perhaps be on the pod, do let me know. I've gotten a couple requests from some people, and literally, like, all you have to do is ask. I am super excited to talk to people and just, have conversations and be able to, like, promote people when I post their podcast. Like, if you have something going on in your life, like, say you are doing that project that you've been putting off, you can come on here and, like, promote it. Like, promote the heck out of it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the whole damn thing. And we can just, like, hype you up. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of energy I'm looking for. So, let me know if you want to be on the pod. Let me know if you want to chat. And we can catch up about things. We can totally have a good old-fashioned chat. And if you like this podcast and you want to see more of it, you want to hear more of it, go ahead and like this video. Do me a big old favor and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have a YouTube channel, or if you're listening to this somewhere else, hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to upload these things elsewhere, like Spotify or something like that. But share this video, like the podcast, support it in any way that you can, and we're gonna be out here podcasting every day. Merry Podmas, everyone. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you listening. This has been episode 5 of the Paper Soprano podcast. My name is Heidi Schneider, and it has been a joy speaking with you today. Thanks for coming. All right, bye.